Good afternoon, Keith Tebow with you on this beautiful afternoon as we're recording this segment of our FRC Media updates. It's school time very soon as students across our region will be returning to the classroom for another academic year. There's still some questions in the air, of course, but we're conducting a series of interviews with some of our local schools to keep you up to date of what's happening at some of our local schools here in Fall River. And today we're going to focus on Bishop Connolly High School. Pleased to be joined by the principal of Bishop Connolly, Kathleen St. Laurent. Kathy, thank you for joining me again. How are you?
I'm great, Keith. Great to see you again.
Yeah, nice to see you as well. We've spoken on a couple of occasions during, COVID on how Bishop Connolly has been handling things. And, for the most part, students were, in person. Last year, there was a hybrid model where I believe grades 9 and 10 were in, and then they were working remotely, and the juniors and seniors were in. But this year, it's full steam ahead as if it's normal, correct?
Correct. We are so excited to have all of our students here, full in-person learning. As we discussed last year, we have a great group of students and families, and they were so supportive last year, but there's nothing like being back in person all together. And we're really looking forward to welcoming everybody back on September 1st.
So let me ask you, obviously you fall under the guise of the schools within the Diocese of Fall River. There are still some concerns about COVID-19. As of the time we're recording this, which is early on the week of August 16th, how is the school going to be handling any type of masking when school opens on September 1st?
We follow all of the guidelines of the Massachusetts Department of Public Health and the Department of Education. Our superintendent and his team are constantly in touch so that we're following guidelines appropriately. At the present time, as we speak today, there is not a mask mandate. But those students who are fully vaccinated are not required to wear a mask. All students, of course, are highly encouraged to be vaccinated. And so we're watching that very closely, as the days approach our opening of school for any updates from the Department of Public Health or DESE. First and foremost, we want to be sure our health of our students is number one. And so we follow and pay close attention to any of directives that will be coming our way to update that.
I know it's been a while now since, the pandemic began a year and a half or so ago. But how has been the communication with parents? You talked about how, the parents have been extremely supportive throughout this entire endeavor with COVID-19. How important is to keep that communication open with parents, and especially in a situation like this where things may change because we are in the middle of a surge within our region, to try to ease some of their fears that you may hear on a daily basis.
It's so important, Keith, and we really want to be sure our families are very comfortable, that they feel they're well informed. Last year, we hosted a monthly Zoom meetings that were very well attended, just to keep our families updated on the happenings at our school and our health and safety protocols. This year, I've already been in touch with all of our families to let them know what the status is at the moment. I'll be sending out another communication right before the start of school with any updates. And as I say, our parents and our kids, are wonderful. Everyone complied fully last year, as they will again coming into a new school year.
One thing that's a little different with the high school is, everyone who's at the school has the ability to be vaccinated. So unlike the elementary schools and part of the middle schools, where most of the students may not be vaccinated, it's maybe a little easier for a Bishop Connolly and a Durfee and a Diamond to sort of, set the bar, if you will, at a different level if need be. So that's, I guess a good thing about that age group being able to be vaccinated, right?
Oh, it sure is. And, vaccinations are so important. They're so important. And I know our families are supportive of that as well. And as you say, at the high school age, really, those kids are eligible for vaccinations. Many of our families jumped right on that at the springtime of last year. We continue to encourage that with our families.
One final COVID-related question that I do want to get to some other exciting things happening at the school, but has there been anything that you've learned over the past 18 months in terms of even like a new initiative that you may carry on moving forward? You mentioned monthly Zoom meetings with parents. Are there anything like that you may think of, hey, this worked well we may want to continue doing something like this going forward?
I think that's a great question. One thing I think we sincerely appreciated coming off of last year was how much we love liveliness in this building and love to have a cafeteria where kids can sit near each other and be engaged, and full classrooms and not worrying about close contacting and all of that. I think we'll come into this year really appreciating having kids in person. But of course, some things with distance learning that really did provide us with the ease of accessibility to communication is you can communicate with people. So sometimes if it's more convenient for a parent to Zoom in with us and coming all the way down to school, we can certainly, do that. Having meetings with different school leaders, individuals that are in the community, it's easier to do those things. But I think, deep down, we really, really appreciated being able to be all together, to have athletics, to have student activities, to be able to do all of the things that make school life so fun and wonderful. And believe me, we're coming into this year fully appreciating all of that, and we will not take it for granted.
Mm, absolutely. All right, let's talk about some new initiatives at the school. Normally, if we would do this interview under normal circumstances, we focus on, new academic offerings, new things that Bishop Connolly is doing with its students. What are some of the things that will be new and exciting for students and their families this year?
Yeah, well, we're so excited about the upcoming year. At the end of last year, we did an engineering design project, our entire school, during the last week of school. We had partners from UMass Dartmouth. We had individuals from the environmental office in Massachusetts working with us to create a real-life engineering design project right here on the grounds of Bishop Connolly. And we're going to continue that in the upcoming year. And our kids were so excited, and so were the individuals, professionals in the community, who were pretty much amazed at the level of engagement and energy during the last week of school. We're also partnering with Stonehill College for a dual enrollment program. Our students actively participated in that last year, and we're looking forward to them actually receiving college credit while they're here in high school. And also we'll be working with our 5 elementary schools in the Diocese of Fall River in a dual enrollment program of Algebra 1. So students at our sister schools here in the Diocese of Fall River will actually be able to receive a credit from Bishop Connolly High School for Algebra 1. Our mathematics lead teacher will be working with the teachers in those schools. So we're really excited about continuing that, as well as our STEM initiatives, both with our own students and also with our partner schools in the Diocese of Fall River with our younger kids. So lots ahead for us here at Bishop Connolly, really looking forward and excited to a new year. And we're still enrolling students as we speak. So we have slots available. If families are interested, they can certainly call our admissions office. We'd love to have them come down and see our beautiful school.
So how late can parents enroll for Bishop Connolly's? There must be a drop dead date, but what is that?
We have rolling admissions, and sometimes families start a year at one school. It's not working out for them. They want to join us. We accept students throughout the year. So it really is never too late to become a member of our Bishop Connolly family.
I want to talk a little bit about extracurricular activities. Last year there was some limited athletics. Teams had played, but some of their seasons may have been shifted to different times of the year. Is it looking like it's going to be a more normal athletic season? One, and two, other activities like things that may take place, say, in the auditorium there, concerts and plays. Are you looking forward to hopefully resuming those as well?
We really are. And so, we have a wonderful athletic director, Cesar Gonzalez. And although it was quite different last year, we were able to fit in all of our sports. And you're absolutely right, it was a reduced season. This year, as we speak, unless anything changes, we're full steam ahead for all of our athletics. Our football practices begin on August 23rd. We'll be rolling into the fall season. And so we'll have a full range of athletics this year. Also, we are really pleased to welcome a new theater director to Bishop Connolly. She'll be working with us in an after-school program for theater, as well as we'll be doing a chorus program after school, and all of the great other things that we do, student council, our debate team. A lot of things were done virtually last year, but we're looking forward to being able to have as many things as possible in person this year.
Yeah. So it looks like it's full steam ahead for Bishop Connolly, and I know that everyone appreciates that, as all the schools are moving in that direction, and hopefully things will get better and not worse. But we can only plan for what we can, and obviously all the schools have done it before. We hope we don't have to do it again. But Kathy St. Laurent, the principal at Bishop Connolly High School, as always, thank you for catching us up on what's happening at Bishop Connolly, and we'll talk again soon. I
Thank you
appreciate it.
so much, Keith. It was a pleasure.
All right. And thank you for joining us today here in FRC Media. I'm Keith Tebow. Have a great day.